The tale of a princess closes World War I to save people. She revokes her family and her realm for good. Diana is a French lady who lives in Paris where a man moves toward her. He gives her a portfolio sent by Bruce, Batman who safeguards individuals. Diana opens the portfolio and there was an image inside. There were 4 individuals with her in the image. There was a note too. It was composed, "I observed the first. Perhaps one day you will recount to me your story." Reading the note, Diana goes into her previous existence and the story goes to the flashback. It was when Diana was a child and lived on an island with her mom. Her mom was the sovereign of the spot and the island was named Themyscira. This was a secret island and not conventional people can see this. This island was stowed away from the world. The unique thing about the island was simply females lived on the island. There wasn't any male and the females were the incredible heroes here and they generally work on battling. Diana was a child yet she was moving like them while seeing them. Diana's mom, the queen, doesn't need Diana to get familiar with any battling abilities since she adores her. She has made Diana with mud. Afterward, she appealed to Zeus, the king of the gods, and he revived Diana's mom's mud sculpture. Like this, Diana arrives at this world and her mom recounts her story around evening time. She lets Zeus know who is the Lord of people, have made people and loves people a great deal. People live pleasantly around then. Yet, Zeus' child who is the divinity of war gets desirous of people. People became desirous of each other because of his activities and started battling with each other. Zeus made us to impart love in the hearts of people. It happened the equivalent, yet after some time the condition continues as before on the earth. We lived in Amazon and I was the sovereign of Amazon and battle against Zeus' child. Zeus sent a few divinities for our assistance. In any case, his child has finished every one of the divinities. Zeus was left alone and battled with Ares with his entire powers. Ares needs to leave as a result of it. Zeus realized that his child Ares will return and will complete mankind once more. Zeus gave us a blade and we can end any god with it. Then he made this island with his last relaxes. He has done this so Ares won't ever track down us. Similarly, we are stowed away from the entire world. Zeus has become feeble in the wake of contending with Ares. He made this island prior to leaving his body. It was the island where Diana resided with her mom. So Ares won't ever track down them. Diana says, "I need to see the blade given by Zeus to you." Diana asks her mom who will utilize this blade. What's more, her mom tells the strong one can lift it. Her mom says you don't have to consider this is on the grounds that you won't be shown battling abilities. The sovereign doesn't realize that Diana was advancing this from her sister and Diana has developed senior with the progression of time. Diana's mom sees her while preparing one day. She sends her back and asks her sister, "For what reason would you say you are showing her battling abilities?" She says, "We realize Ares will return one day and in the event that Diana won't figure out how to battle it will be perilous for her." Ares, the sovereign, tells her sister, will track down Diana when she acquires power. Diana, regardless of whether she needs to, should confront Ares one day, as per the sovereign's sister. Diana's mom requests that her sister show her pleasant battling abilities. It happens equivalent to time elapses. Diana turns into an extraordinary fighter. She has more abilities and Diana didn't have the foggiest idea about this and none has told her. Diana was remaining at the shore of the ocean and sees a plane colliding with the ocean. It was suffocating in the water and there was a man too in it. Diana saves the man and carries him to the island. She was astonished to see that man since she hasn't seen a man in her life. This man was named Steve. Then, at that point, a few boats and a boat are displayed in the ocean. They were pursuing Steve. They were Germans and couldn't see anything further. In the interim, an official sees a piece of the plane. He sees the secret island when he attempts to hold it. It was stowed away from the world until the present time. The German official likewise sees Steve. They were pushing ahead to Steve for holding him. Steve tells Diana they are awful individuals and the woman champions of the island likewise show up there. The German officials have firearms, however the woman champions have swords and bolts. They face them. The German officials couldn't save their hang on them for a really long time. A German official was going to end Diana. However, her mom's sister comes before Diana, who has shown her the battling abilities. She bites the dust as the slug shoots her. Diana feels discouraged and sobs a ton. All the German officials were finished at this point. Steve was left and they were going to end Steve. Diana comes before him and tells everybody he was battling with us. They ask Steve for what valid reason did you come here and what his central goal is. Steve illuminates them that I am an investigator who was keeping an eye on the Germans in their camp. Whenever I discovered Germans are making a toxic gas and can end everybody with it, I got away from that point while taking their journal. The general has requested to make this noxious gas. Before long there will be a battle between the two nations. In like manner, everybody will kick the bucket. As a matter of fact, the arrangements for World War I were happening outside the island. The occupants of this island know nothing. Steve says if I will pass this journal on to my settle, so perhaps this war will be halted here and a great many individuals will be saved this way. Diana hears this and feels this is finished by Ares. He again needs to end mankind. Diana needs to save mankind. In the event that Diana will leave the island, she can never return. Diana concludes she will save mankind. She wears her outfit for going to the conflict and takes her sword given by Zeus also. Diana's mom shows up when she was avoiding and says, assuming that you will go with regards to this island, you realize you can never return. The human world can't oblige you. Steve and Diana leave on the plane from this island. Steve goes to his senior officials with that journal taken from the German camp. The senior officials see that journal and it was written in the old dialects. None gets the language. Diana lets them know it is written in two old dialects. Diana knows large number of dialects and can talk moreover. She peruses the journal and lets them know Germany is making a noxious gas and will leave it on the front. The senior officials were discussing an arrangement from Germany. Steve says, give me an opportunity, I will end the base camp where they are making this, yet the seniors disagree. Diana becomes angry on the grounds that she knows whether Germany will leave the gas, a large number of individuals will bite the dust. She esteems the existence of every human. Steve takes Diana from that point. He says we are attempting to talk, however Diana says he is Ares, he won't pay attention to anybody. Diana has accepted that the head of this war is Ares. He needs to end mankind at any expense. Then again, Dr. Maru is displayed in Germany making those toxic gases. The specialist was dealing with an issue in light of the fact that the journal was lost. The general shows up and asks she when she will follow through with her responsibility. Dr. Maru says, I have made another gas and the human who will utilize it will turn out to be strong. She breaks a container there. As the smoke goes into the overall's nose, he gets strength. He turns out to be strong. It is likewise shown that Dr. Maru has another recipe. She was making another gas from this new recipe. A large number of individuals can be finished at a time with the assistance of that gas. Steve prepares to assume Diana to the position of war. Prior to leaving, they make a group who will cooperate. Arriving at the spot, Diana feels awful seeing individuals there. They arrive at the Belgium front and there was barraging. Individuals were passing on and everybody was running. To a great extent they were in a more terrible condition. A woman stops and converses with her while saying, all that has been grabbed from us. The vast majority have been set as slaves in the town. Diana asks the woman, where does this occur? The woman focuses and the Germans have involved that spot. Diana needs to go to that spot and asks Steve, I need to help individuals here. Steve prevents her from going there. Diana doesn't stand by listening to him and afterward comes in her hero outfit. She moves to where the German troopers were terminating. Diana prevents the projectiles from her protective layer wearing on her arms. She rivals the projectiles there. She has sharp visual perception and the Germans were terminating towards Diana. In any case, Diana's safeguard shuts down every one of the slugs. Steve and his associates arrive at there in the wake of seeing this. They begin terminating at the German fighters. Diana has arrived where the German warriors have made residents their slaves. Diane beats the German officers gravely. Officials in Germany fire a great deal. Diana closes the German officials and the residents were risked now. This happened in light of Diana, Steve and their colleagues. The townspeople express profound gratitude to Diana. A man clicks their image in which there were Diana, Steve and their 3 companions. This was a similar picture sent by Batman to Diana. Diana was recalling the entire story while seeing the image. Steve finds there will be a colossal party of German officials and Steve additionally needs to go there. Diana and Steve do the dance practice. They some way or another arrive at the spot the following day at the party spot of the German officials and the security was severe there. They need to go inside in some way. The German general will likewise come there and Diana thinks of him as Ares. Steve goes inside as a German official and meets the specialist who has made this toxic gas. He attempts to take data from her, however it was pointless. He sees Diana hosts additionally arrived at the gathering. She has concealed a sword in her garments that can end any divinity. Steve stops her when she was going to end the general while taking out her blade. Diana says, I will end Ares and all will be well after his passing. Steve says, in the event that he won't be Ares, then how will you respond? Afterward, it is shown they spread this noxious gas in a town. Diana goes to the town and finds great many individuals were finished in light of this gas. Diana feels discouraged as a result of it. Steve shows up and she says, I was going to end Ares yet you halted me. I have appreciated everything, and Ares has additionally driven you crazy, not even Germans. She says, I will go there and will end the general. Steve shows her smoke from a good ways and Diana moves to the put on her pony. She closes all the German officers arriving at there. She arrives at the lodge of the general and he attempts to shoot Diana. Diana prevents the projectile from her safeguard. The smoke is breathed in by the overall through his nose. It was made by Dr. Maru and he has become strong due to the smoke. There was a battle among Diana and finishes the overall through her sword. She says, prior to finishing him, I am finishing you in light of the prosperity of humankind. Later, she closes him. She was feeling all will be great after his passing. Nothing has happened this way and the Germans were preparing for the conflict. Diana is stunned to see this since she trusts that when the King of War kicks the bucket, the conflict will end. In the interim, Steve shows up and Diana lets him know, I have finished Steve. Be that as it may, individuals are as yet getting ready for the conflict. Steve says, I know nothing about Ares and Diana says, I have seen the children were biting the dust and none was focusing on them. It possibly happens when Ares control the personalities of individuals. Steve says perhaps individuals are this way and need to battle. Diana says, my mom said right that the people are not equipped for our assistance. Steve says, I really want your assistance in the event that you wouldn't assist me. Many individuals with willing kick the bucket like this. Steve leaves and Diana hears some voice as she turns. There was the senior official of Steve. He was UK's official, not the German official. He was in German's camp and says, your mom said right. People are not fit for our assistance. We should end people. They are ravenous individuals, and Diana comprehends that he is Ares. Diana says that is you and pushes ahead while taking her sword. Diana assaults Ares with that sword. As the sword hits with Ares' hand, it wraps up. Diana gets stunned seeing this since she believes she can end Ares with this sword. Ares says the people have grabbed the earth from us. They are annihilating it, and when my dad assaulted me I became powerless. I have held up 1,000 years and the people making toxic gases since I have placed those recipes in their psyche. I attempted previously, however I was fizzled. Presently none can stop me to be effective. He brings Diana into dreams and shows her perceive how people are annihilating our earth. He requests that she be with him and we will annihilate individuals on the earth. Afterward, we will have this world, and lets Diana know this blade wasn't the one that can end gods. That weapon is you, that was made by Zeus. Zeus has made Diana to save people and rival Ares. She declines Ares and says, I can't be a piece of your reasoning. The battle starts among Diana and Ares. Steve and his colleagues find the Germans will toss harmful gases in London. The city will be obliterated and they have stacked those bombs in a plane. Steve needed to obliterate this plane in the air so the harmful gases won't arrive at the Earth. Diana and Ares are displayed on the opposite side. There was a weighty battle between them. There was a gigantic impact and Diana falls to the side. Steve shows up and says, I need to leave, and Diana says, don't stress, I will deal with everything. Steve says, let me save individuals since I love you a great deal. Steve gets on the plane which contains the bombs of the gases. Ares needed the help of Diana. Diana doesn't need this and Ares assaults her. Ares makes her fall on the earth, however Diana finds overhead towards the plane and he shoots himself in the plane alongside the bombs and passes on. Diana couldn't bear this and shouts uproariously. Diana was set free from Ares' powers. Then again, the associates of Steve shoot the central command in which the gases were made. The specialist comes out and comes before Diana. Ares requests that she end her while saying this is the genuine substance of human. They need to end one another. Diana lifts a tank to end her, yet she sees Steve's impression. He said while leaving, generally pick the way of affection. Diana leaves the specialist and assaults Ares. Ares utilizes his powers and assaults Diana with power, yet she assimilates the power in her grasp. Ares again assaults and Diana ingests the power in her body. She tosses the power at Ares while flying in the air. Ares was finished this way and the officers end the conflict. They embrace one another. This war was finished this way and the fighters in this war arrive at home once more. They meet their family and there was joy all over the place. The story movements to the current where this Wonder Lady was thinking this. She says, I attempted all the time to save people. In this trial, I've seen two things, obscurity and light, the two of which are extremely human within. We should choose whether to move into the dimness or into the light. I realize the world can be saved through adoration. Afterward, she sends a letter to Batman since he gave her the photo containing her recollections. It is displayed in the last scene that she is by and by prepared in her Wonder Woman outfit to save the world. With it, the film closes.